Twin Cities Adventures here in the kitchen, and guess what I found at an estate sale last weekend? A steamed pudding mold for making plum pudding. But in today's video, I'm gonna make a chocolate steamed pudding. This is gonna be good. Okay, so here's my stock pot, and I have a steamer tray here, but this has a little nub that sticks up, so I'm gonna put that in upside down. And then these three little thingies here will be sticking up, and that will be just perfect for the pudding mold to sit on, just like that. So I've got the water level, so it's just over the halfway point of the mold, but not exceeding the lip. I'm gonna start boiling that while I mix up my ingredients. Okay, so in my first bowl, I'm gonna add 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Mix that up. Then in another bowl, you're going to want to add 3/4 cup of brown sugar and 1/4 cup of butter. Now beat that up. Now I'm going to add 2 eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now give that a mix. Now I'm going to add 1/2 cup of half and half. You could probably use whole milk or any kind of cream, it's just fine. And then I'll add the powdered mixture, and we'll give that a mix. Now you're going to want to take 4 ounces or 1/2 bag of semisweet chocolate chips and melt that in the microwave in 30-second intervals, mixing in between. Okay, that was about 2 minutes in total, so now we'll add that to the mix and give that a blend. Now just take the top off of the pudding mold. I have a towel wrapped in a circle for it to sit on. Now I'm just going to take some spray pan, give that a nice light spray, and then I'll pour my batter into the mold. Okay, you can see how full the pudding mold is now. This is a 6-cup pudding mold. So now I'm going to add the lid, push that on firmly, and now I'll take this over to my pot, which is conveniently just starting to boil, and I'm going to lower that into the pot real quick. Okay, so our pudding mold is in the pot and the water is just coming to a boil. Notice it is not touching the sides and it is not touching the bottom because it's on that trivet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it down to medium, just below medium, and then I'll check on that to make sure it's not too hot later. But I'm going to let that steam now for 2 hours, or until it's done. Okay, I used a couple oven mitts to help me out with that, and I put this towel in the shape of a oval here so I could let that sit for 5 minutes while I mix up the glaze. And for the glaze, I have 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, 1/4 cup of white sugar, and 1/4 cup of water. We'll just mix that up and simmer that for a few minutes. Okay, after resting for a few minutes, we just flip that on top of this pedestal and we'll just lift that right up and off of there. So that looks pretty good. Okay, you're gonna wanna use a toothpick to see if it comes up clear. That is done. Otherwise, if it's still sticky, put it back in and steam it for another, maybe half an hour or so. But this was good at 2 hours on medium to low heat. Okay, let the sauce cool down for just a few minutes. Now I'll pour that over the top. Now all that's left is a taste test. See there, it is perfectly cooked throughout. That's what you want to see. Here goes. That is the most moist cake I've ever had in my life. And the chocolatey deliciousness is amazing. Thanks for watching. Twin Cities Adventures, out.